Starting recording now.
Sick.
Dope.
Right, so what you were saying about your getting back on making the beats once per day, and all that stuff.
So
How
the
long,
thing,
how long does it actually take you to make one?
right? How long does it actually take to make one? So, in total, if we're talking filming and editing, couple of hours, maybe 3, which isn't that long, but the process is. It's all about the process. The process is so convoluted that by the time you're done, you're so tired. Like,
Yeah.
they're having to move the camera from here to there, angle it the right way, make sure that the a really big issue with TikTok as well, or any kind of content where you're using actual music as part of the content, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I wanted to show the fact that I programmed the sample into the drum pad. Do I just use my MacBook speakers, or do I put it on the big speaker so that it comes out clearer, or do I post edit it to bounce what I programmed and just clip it in there so it's as clear as possible?
Fair.
There are many ways to go about it. Some are better than others. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes you might have fucked up one thing that you might have to go back and do 3 other things to make up for it. So you think, let me do that instead to cancel that process out. But that thought process
how much
in
planning
itself.
goes into one then to figure out what method you want to use? How much, like, does it stay consistent every time you do it? Does it change?
So my approach stays consistent every time, but as you know, both Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro are the least Logic software out there. it's when it comes down to editing and snipping stuff in and cutting things up and separating video and audio and rebouncing and rejoining. In terms of like filming and the making of the beat, that part can be done in about half an hour. Do you know what I mean? Like, making beats is not difficult anymore. It's more turning that into an entertaining minute.
Into a product, isn't it?
Yeah.
Marketable product, yeah.
Exactly.
So if that's how long that takes, then what about the beat remakes? Because like we've been talking about the plain one for fucking ages.
We were talking about it for ages. There are many reasons why the plain one didn't happen. The first reason was that my equipment broke down literally just as I was about to start filming the first time. Like, my keyboard that I had for about 3 years, the really small M-Audio one, just stopped working.
Right.
I probably,
shit.
very rip. I probably could have gotten a screwdriver and taken it apart and figured it out, but am I really going to do that? Am I really going to do that after I've just begun to start a video and things have just stopped working now? There was also the TV. The reason why I'm now sitting in front of a TV, not looking at the TV, because my Mac adapter, the HDMI input, I'm assuming short-circuited my TV somewhat. So the HDMI port no longer works, but at least my
Wait, so this is the Mac adapter you had to pay, what, 70 quid for?
No, it's fine, all right? But maybe that's why. Stop it.
I'm joking.
Maybe that's why. Either way, I've got a new one now.
Yeah.
But getting back into because from not doing that,
Process of it, yeah.
I found fun in working with Dave. Obviously, we got the podcast done. We finished our track of his. I was again looking at you guys' music. Like, I think my personal problem with the demand for content creation is that I've got a shitload of ideas for content. Like, I think you guys know. Like, I will do and come up with the stupidest shit, and I'm so down to do it, but I've gotten to a point of maturity where it's like, does it logistically work though? And that's what hurts the most, because I think it comes down to production as well. When I'm actually working with an artist, like, you want to do that, but does it logistically work? It's almost like I want to say it's disheartening somewhat, the fact that you have to consider if it will, but you have to, for these things to happen at all, you have to consider the logistics of it,
Will it blend?
What?
Fucking wasted on you.
Oh man,
When you say like logistics, like what does that all entail? As in like physical logistics, or like, or what are we talking?
This is how we get from point A to point B. How do we turn how do we turn idea into product? So obviously that changes every time, but there's a general formula for most creative products.
Your creative products or creative products in general?
Well, damn, let's go into the wider world then. I'm sure we can all agree that there is a clear sense of similarity between most TikTok trends.
Yeah.
You know, there's a certain approach that everyone will take to their content creation that may or may not be slightly different. Emphasis on may or may not, because some people like to just go with it, and honestly, it does work. But the longevity of it is the problem. You know, like yes, you ride the wave, but when the wave goes down, do you go under the wave as well? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, literally. Or do you get off, or do you get out and then swim back to shore and do it again?
Fair.
Shit.
Yeah.
Why? Oh god, that's it's kind of frustrating, don't you think? Because like it comes back to that thing about there's no new ideas under the sun or something like that. I don't know what it is, because everything's been done already.
Yeah.
Everything's been done already. Originality is dead.
That's what makes me laugh about, like, you know how I can't believe this is a thing. Like, articles and videos and like how-to books and stuff like that about how to make original content. It's so counterintuitive, so fucking backward. I just can't get my head around it. It tells you to be so original, and it's like you do realize you're doing the same thing XYZ amount of people have already done before you.
It's interesting talking about that, actually, because you guys, of course, know I'm on the writing course, and we our tutor, somebody asked a question, you know, how do you avoid plagiarism and, you know, not writing something that somebody's already done? And what she said to us was, there's only seven. What's the thing? There's only seven basic. It's written
stories,
like in a book.
right?
There's only seven basic story arcs or like stories in the world, so you can't really worry about plagiarism because there's only seven. Just be as original as you can, and bring what you want to that story.
It's like being a musician.
You can't worry. Yeah.
Like, there's only so many chords you can use.
Yeah.
Like, all the most popular songs in the world use the same 4 chords. So,
What's that group that do that?
Yeah, they did the mashup of all the.
Songs.
It was so sick. It was so sick.
Oh god.
It was on YouTube. It was like what? How many songs was it?
like that.
There's probably multiple people that do that. To be fair, again, original content. But no, I think that's it's funny. I don't want to say redundant, because I mean, obviously, people are eating this shit up.
But even then, I feel like that still took. It's funny because even mentioning TikTok, what we're talking about, the mashup of all the 4 chord songs, that still took, you know, an
idea for that to be done.
An idea, had to plan it. Okay, we'll put this song here, this song. Yeah, the transition is easy, but what sounds good transitioning into which song? You know, how are we gonna record this, film this? Now with TikTok, it's just, oh, you see this trend? Let me put my phone here and just dance. And it's just like, this just seems like
it's just like
right. It just seems now it's just mindless, just feed of content. You
That's
know,
the thing, isn't it? Like, even with popular media now, it's just like everything is so quick. Everything is just quick cuts. One thing happening after another. It's just TikTok really appeals to that quick consumerism.
Yeah,
you know,
it's quite addicting as well. Like,
it really
you
is.
just find yourself scrolling on it.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's why I think Vine was so popular when it came out.
Hmm.
Only be 6
Vine was
fair,
so OG.
there was some genuinely original, not fantastic by all accounts, but you know there's some actual dedication to the craft in that one. Like a friend of mine bought me a book of just vines. As,
no way!
But,
in a book
but in the form of the book, I think Milk and Honey. Yeah, I think it's called like Milk and Vine. So like it's in like they're all in poems forms and stuff like that, and it's like it all looks like it could be some kind of greater literary meaning within them, and they're all just fucking
vines.
They're just vines.
Look at all those chickens!
Like,
yeah,
that
fucking love that.
You know the kid who's in the armbands, and she got the camera runs up to him and goes, "Happy birthday, Raven!"
I can't swim. oh, so good.
Oh god, it's
Vine,
stupid
man.
shit, but it's so
It really
funny.
was. It was so. And you know what the thing about Vine as well? It actually taxed you to create something funny because it was only
Yeah.
what 6 seconds long, or what 7. So you actually because I've only got this time. Yeah, exactly. I've got to condense an idea into setup punchline. Boom. And let me, you know. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I give TikTok it's dues. There are some really creative people on
Hey
there
man,
do
look,
make some funny
people
shit.
get stupid amount of views on it, so it must be doing something right.
There is
end
the
of the
like you see because I remember Sasha. I showed you King Panther, the
Yes.
anime protagonist. Fucking jokes.
Yeah, no, it's not
Hilarious.
funny.
There's the girl, she has the little hands, and you see bare people copying that now. It's just like, oh, that was
Yeah.
original, and now everyone does it. It's just like, but no,
How do you think
it's-
that must feel for like for someone to come up with like an original dance to something or little thing, and then to have that be copied and possibly superseded by someone else's attempt? How do you think that must feel? I'd be pissed.
I'd be pissed.
I'd be very pissed, but I think we're in a day and age where you can beef that, and if you get like through, you win in it. Like,
But see, you know what the funny thing is? I think that's the aim nowadays. Actually, I mean, even
tear them
starting.
down,
What's that?
tear down the competition.
Oh God, no,
This
but
is war.
the aim is for people to start copying it because even from the Nene and from the Whip, it exploded viral, and that's what people want nowadays. You want to go viral. You want this to happen. Now you want and you want people to start doing your thing that you created for everybody to know you. Essentially, you gain the clout because that's so and so's dance.
Do the Harlem Shake.
Do the whole, yo, good God.
Luke,
Oh,
that was so
God.
jarring. As soon as Spike said Harlem Shake, I had a flashback to year 8 of. I'm gonna blur the name, but yeeting a chair across the room. As it's like, I swear to God.
No.
We are in this square music room. There's about 6 of us in there. Yeah.
God.
We brought an aux cable with the fucking adapter,
I'm
plugged Harlem
so-
Shake into our phone. As soon as it dropped, we heard like someone just across the room. It bounced off the walls. It was crazy.
Jeez, I still do the
Oh,
dance
my God.
today. You know the one where you're like with your arms behind your back. I still do that.
Moving
I still do it.
Moving like Bernie. Oh my God! Do you remember moving like Bernie?
Yo, is that the one where he has and he's moving his knees?
I don't. Is it?
No, there's one, and it's this guy, and he's standing there. He's got his hands behind his back, leaning back,
Yeah.
and he's just
Yeah.
moving his knees.
Hold your head back like a nosebleed coming through.
Oh no, okay, we're talking about that one. Yeah, that's a different. Sorry, I'm talking about a different one, but that's the one I was talking about. The one with the arms behind the back. That's the one. You mentioned it right. I was confused which one it was. But I forgot that's what it was called. Moving like Bernie. I forgot.
Yeah,
Big
no.
up Filthy Frank.
Oi, was that
Oh,
from
God.
Filthy Frank? Was it actually from
Was it?
Filthy Frank?
I wouldn't be so. Do you know what? I actually.
The
wouldn't
Harlem
be-
Shake guy.
Oh, the
It
Harlem
is?
Shake. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Yeah, that was Pink Guy. Harlem Shake was Pink Guy. Yeah.
Remember the one where you all had to freeze and hold a pose, and then it would pan
Oh,
around the whole
Mannequin
room.
Oh my God.
challenge.
The mannequin challenge. Jesus Christ! I remember in Brit.
Cereal crowd, please.
Yes. Oh God.
Oh shit.
I remember we were in
Black Beatles.
we were in fucking registration in the morning at Brit, and we all said, you know what, fuck it, let's do one. And we all stood there in the pose and just oh god.
Oh.
It's just Mary's cringe face.
It was just a better time, to be honest.
You know what?
Simpler. It was just better.
It was a simpler time. It was a simpler
It's
time.
just better.
I mean,
Do you think that might be because we have less of a, having made content now, like we're just looking at it and appreciate it from we were appreciating it as a product back then, whereas now we're looking at it like
that's yeah.
a product, you know, knowing all the ins and outs of the behind the scenes shit.
You know, I was talking to David the other day, and in relation to the demand for content, like, you know, what did I say? I said the thing about success from content creation is that it's all about the grind. Yeah. The grind is hard, but the grind can be fun in this industry because really our chances are so slim of a bigger person coming and saying, hey, have a lot of money and I will sort out your career for the next 5 years. There is less chances of that happening than us blowing up on TikTok. So why not at least have fun in the process?
True.
The thing is,
Corona shit's out the way. We can have fun in person.
I've got so many things written down.
oh god, yo,
Oh, so Shima's sample of pain. You lot are fucked. I swear to God, it's gonna be so mad.
sample
get a
of
wheel.
pain.
No, I'm gonna copyright this now. I'm gonna get a wheel, right? We're gonna spin it, whatever it lands on. I don't know, do a challenge, whatever. If you fuck up, right, I'm gonna sample you getting pissed.
Bruh,
Someone just getting straight
eaten a
up.
fish or something.
Yeah, with a fish across the face. Can you imagine the snare?
Yeah, she was
The
sample of pain.
snares.
Here's one for you lot then. Because obviously being staying at home for, you know, over the lockdown and all that stuff, been watching a lot of daytime TV because, you know, exciting lives.
What's TV?
What's
What's TV? I don't know.
Yeah, if I'm not watching Critical Role, I'm probably watching something like The Chase,
fair enough?
like game shows.
Yeah.
there
are so many right
Bro,
now. Like,
what is lingo and where did it come from?
you know what I mean?
Lingo.
What even is lingo? I
I
swear to
don't
God,
understand it. They just say they just say letters, and I'm like, yes, okay.
I watched. How is it that I watched Tipping Point, right? Catchphrase, and then lingo.
I
And
don't
didn't
diss
realise-
catchphrase. All right.
No,
Are these all
You know what?
TV shows?
Catchphrase is my favorite.
Are these all
game show,
TV shows, by the way?
without a doubt? Huh?
Are these all TV shows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, fair.
ITV.
Oh, you see, because I don't have TV.
Fair.
Yeah.
There's not really much point watching these unless you watch TV because
Yeah.
it's one of those things where you kind of like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and zone out on a TV because I used to do that and I
And
guess
just have
it
noise
still
in
kind
the
of makes
background.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have noise, you know. But yeah, I watched 3 of those in a row and didn't even realize that they switched show. I was like, wait,
No
when did they
way.
change host? I was like, who's this guy? What?
That's
Why are we talking
mad.
about words now? I thought it was memes.
You know what? I did watch on YouTube the other day. Mastermind.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
but
That's a
decent.
classic.
My mod showed me old Mastermind, back
Old
in the day.
They went
Mastermind.
They went hard.
It was peak. I watched this episode, and this guy. It was the championship. It was in Australia, and the guy's topic he chose was the complete novels of The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I think it might have been Lord of the Rings, the complete collection of the Lord of the Rings, and man
Silmarillion.
was on point. Nearly every question he
Fucking nerd.
answered, fucking nailed it.
Like, you want to talk?
What do you mean?
Oh, I was
Fucking nerd.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Lord.
It was mad though. I was just like, how the fuck? How many times have you read this series to know?
Have you seen
Fair, it's a good series.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, where the guy is winning $1 million, and then he used his phone a friend to
Phone
phone
call,
his dad
yeah,
and
to
be
call his
like,
dad or something.
Just to tell
Yeah.
my dad, I'm gonna win.
To tell his dad that he's gonna win. I'm
Yeah.
dead.
What a boss.
The biggest
What a
flex.
boss.
The
Did he actually
biggest
win though?
flex.
Because did he? Please tell me he actually won.
Yeah, he won.
Oh,
he won.
fair
It was
enough.
easy as well.
Fair
Like,
enough.
You just said it. You didn't even
Imagine
think
if he
about it.
didn't. How?
If he
Oh
did, it
much
would-
of a
God.
dick he looked at, you know?
Oh God, you would have been memed. You would have been made immortal by memes. Immortalized. Oh my God, you know what? Have you seen the video of Hide the Pain Harry when they interviewed him in real life?
Yes.
No.
Oh, I felt so bad. I felt so bad for the guy. You know the
Is
guy
he
Hide
actually-
the Pain
I
Harold.
think he did a TED talk.
Oh, yes, it might have been a TED talk, something like that. They interviewed
Question:
him.
Is he actually suffering?
No, that's just his face.
Oh.
That's just how he smiles.
They just took
Oh.
some random stock
They
photos.
just took a random stock photo of him, and it's just him smiling, and now it's just blown up as apparently he's hiding pain, and it's just like I felt bad for him because it's like that's just his smile, you know.
when you deep it, like when you look at talk about like content creation, all that stuff. When you look at memes, some of them shouldn't have any business being as funny as they are.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
God.
But
Yeah.
like the Hide the Pain Harry one, it should not be funny. But
it's
some
fucking
remember? Oh, what was the other one? Was it Bad Luck Barry or something like that?
Bad
Oh,
Luck
Brian.
Barry.
Was it
Right.
Barry? Or was it? I can't remember the name.
I think you're
trust-
thinking of. I think you're thinking of B-Tech Barry, who is a completely different person.
Oh, that's a different thing.
Trust me, it's
I
bad
do
like,
not- I
bad
do-
like Brian.
Bad Luck Brian.
Bad Luck
I do
Brian.
not know this meme.
Oh.
Someone send it in chat.
Yep.
So
It's just see if I can find it.
It's a really unflattering school picture photo.
oh no.
Like you sat there and like with the tie and the braces and the
Oh,
you know
red
when you see it.
face.
You know.
Yeah.
I probably
It's-
do know it
it's-
actually too.
Immortalized in the Hall of Memes.
In the Hall of Memes.
Yeah.
I love, you know the ones I love? The fucking school photo book. The what's it? And it's just what people
The captions.
the captions fucking oh yeah, this guy. Oh, it's peak. It's peak. It's peak. Poor dude.
I'm so sad I didn't get to do that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
We did have. We actually had a graduation book for Goldsmith. I just didn't care.
Just didn't partake. Fair enough.
Just didn't. I didn't have the time.
I took my hoodie and dipped. Fuck that shit.
Man, like,
Fair.
get the loot, get out,
Get the loot.
Yeah.
Get out.
get the loot,
Get in.
I
Get
did
out.
one for secondary school. Did one secondary school.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
one
a
for
yearbook.
secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I said something like "party on," because I'm fucking cool.
Oh, Dad.
Man,
I don't. I'm
if
not
we
sure. I
had-
can't remember if our yearbook had phrases. Actually, I think it was just pictures.
If I had, or if we had a yearbook from secondary school, it would have just been absolute cancer.
Oh no.
Just
memes.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I can just imagine
It's
just
so-
memes everywhere.
This was so toxic. It was so bad.
Oh, we were terrible.
What's
I
it?
think
Someone
that's
said
probably
on my
why they
yearbook.
didn't give us one. That's
Yeah,
probably
that's
why
some-
they didn't let us have one.
They can't be
Someone
trusted.
said, "Disregard women, acquire currency." Just
You know
And they let it
you
go.
know
They
you know
just
where
let it
that
go
would
in.
fit
They
so
were
well. The Winnie the Pooh one where it just gets fancy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what was when I saw it? Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny. The way it's
conversation's derailed though. From
I
the
know,
topic.
right? From the topic.
I mean, that's us, isn't it? That's what we do.
Screw. Yes.
Wait.
I haven't even introed the show.
Oh God.
Don't say that. Hold on. What's the timestamp?
24
Oh,
minutes.
it's actually, that's not bad actually. That's fine.
24.
Yeah, it's pretty standard for us now. Our
Yeah.
antics. Hello, fellow humans. Welcome to episode 11 of the She Machine podcast. Is that a yawn or is that a sneeze?
That was very
That
much a yawn.
Okay. I wanted some
Oh, you sound
excitement.
sleepy.
I know.
You sound need to go to bed.
I'm a sleepy boy. I'm a sleepy boy.
Oh, sleepy boy.
Why don't you guys ever sleep?
Because
Every time I
sleep.
call
I'll
up Sasha,
sleep
he's like,
when I'm
"Yeah."
dead. Cause there ain't no sleep for the wicked. Was it?
He said there ain't no
That's
rest
for the wicked.
That's the-
Money don't grow
Oh,
up trees.
trees.
I got this to pay. I got
Oh, God.
Nothing in this world for free.
Yes.
Oh,
Remember
shit.
when we walked through London and just sang that song out loud?
That was so deep, mate. That was like, oh,
Oh no, Spike, were you with us? I swear you were.
that was blues. That was the.
That was James. I swear it was. This was after. I swear this was after
Was it?
we were
must
walking
have
home.
trashed.
I was pretty wasted. that
I
night.
swear it was. It was after, and we were singing that while we were walking home, walking through
I
London.
still got the
Was this-
picture from that night. It's hilarious.
Do you
Whenever I
actually?
come
Was this-
across it, I'm like, what the fuck?
Was this night?
We worked at Twickenham. Went to
This was the wine
and
and
the whiskey night.
Okay.
Yeah.
that
Fam, oh, God.
night? Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Fam, with the train ride with all this. Oh, we're going off
I'm
topic.
drinking wine.
But a whiskey.
Oh my god, is that where that's
That's
from?
what it
Oh,
See the
Oh,
creation of content.
you mess. You mess.
Creation
That
of
was so
content.
fucking jokes.
Okay, take
Oh,
two.
Take two.
Hello, fellow
Sorry.
humans. Welcome to episode 11 of the She Machine Navigation Podcast. My name is Luke. I'm joined by Spike, Isan, and Sasha. Today we're talking, or trying to talk at least, about what it takes to make content. How hard, what the behind-the-scenes stuff looks like, what the mental and physical toil is. So yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So one of the, I think we're all pretty impressed by Isan this week with the editing
Oh,
on
Dev.
yeah.
She Machine Saturdays, man. That shit was flame. It was so flame.
That's a new series coming out very soon. Keep posted.
Pipe, pipe.
How long did that take you to do, man?
That took me over a month, or at least
No,
a month
you're
and
gonna
a
need to
bit.
get that time frame down a bit.
Oh god, I know, right? Literally, that took me over a month. When did we record? The thing is, right, I realized because I was editing it and I looked back because I finished
Yeah.
editing it and then the Christmas happened. I didn't do anything on it, and then I looked back at it the other day, and I looked back at Warzone. And I was just like, oh my god, this is ancient. Because of course, we did this before Cold War came out, so.
Yeah.
Right.
The whole update
Oh,
for Cold War,
God.
the whole scheme has changed, fam. Remember the boxes that had the actual pictures on them? It's not like that now. When it says duos and that had fam, it was mad. I was looking at it, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is old. God, how long has this taken me? It was like looking at a whole different thing, but it took a while. I think it was me being pretty anal over it. I was being very meticulous. I was trying to make this, this is a good
That's the mark of a good creator, no? When you want to
No.
make something that's as good as it can be.
yeah, no,
I've been
exactly.
I was there.
You was that.
I was that.
What happened? Share with
Um,
the group.
damn. When you do something for long enough, and it becomes almost instinctual, habitual, maybe,
Mm.
you go on autopilot. And there are two phases to whatever you're creating. There's the autopilot phase, and there's the oh shit I did that phase.
Mm.
And that oh shit I did that phase could be that's fine, or it could be oh I could do that, I could do that, I could do that.
Mm.
On
Uh,
autopilot.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, okay, let's take the podcast for example. We've streamlined this hella like a shitload
Mm.
just from sending you an MP3 and you giving me timestamps of what we have to cut, what we have to thing, where what things go.
Yeah.
Like completely streamlined. Like that's cut down my work from about an hour to about 10 minutes.
Mm.
Right. But then which
But
one
that-
is that? Is that the oh shit I've done that, or is that the
That's the autopilot part.
Mm.
right?
The oh shit I've done this is once it's exported.
See, the thing is, interesting. The thing I wouldn't say it's autopilot. I'd say it's the distillation of a process.
Yeah.
You're
Whoa.
I'd say more like
There's some
second
big words in there.
Big words.
Yeah.
because I
In
can't
layman's
remember
terms.
what
In
was it?
layman's.
In layman's terms. But yeah, you perfected a process essentially, because what are you distilling something? You know, you're boiling it down to its basic elements. You're boiling it down to what you need. You know, and when you're doing something enough, you know that you pick up all the tips, tricks. You know, okay, I need to do this, and you just get faster at it every time. You know, so yeah, that's what I'd say. I think because saying it's like autopilot, it's almost like you're saying, you know, oh, I'm not even thinking about it. But I know you put more thought into it than that. You know, it's just distilled.
Yeah.
You've just
Distilled.
got to, you know, yeah, continue.
Like you said, streamlined.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So then, knowing that Sasha takes 10 minutes and you take 1 month, is then.
Oh god.
I'm fucking with
I didn't even mean to flex.
you. No, because I mean, look, arguably, the podcast is a little bit less involved because you've got 4. Well, on that episode anyway, you've got 4 different videos.
Yeah,
to
to
and to
splice
kind of
in.
cut around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
He also has a job.
Yeah.
of course, and there's, life gets in the way, you know. So how do you plan for that? How do you plan around that? And
For that one, I don't think I did. I think I let the moment take me of what I thought I wanted. You know, I thought, how can I start this video? And I'm thinking, oh, that's sick. You know, I recorded the intro and I thought, oh, I could do this with that. That's sick. Let me just get into.
was that intro off the cuff, or did you actually fuck up?
So it's interesting because I fucked up quite a few times. I did actually, because I was there. We were in the actual voice chat, and I don't know if Sasha, you heard me going over it. I was going over it, but I'd already started recording, so I was just like, okay, okay, cool, I'm ready, let's go. And then I looked back at that, and I was like, oh, I could fuck with that. That's cool.
Oh god.
Cut it up to try and make it more comedic, and boom, done. It was in it. So I think there was very much a lot of going with what I thought was humorous and just going with it. But then, of course, that only takes you so far because you've still got to put the work in to perfect it. You know, you still got to work at it. So you can't just go in, oh, spur of the moment, I'm feeling good, let's make this, and then leave it for like 2 or 3 weeks, you know?
So when you're looking at what you want out of something, is that what appeals to you as a viewer? What appeals to you as a creator? And like
I think,
looking
yeah.
at what you think is popular and stuff like that, or
You've really got to, it's got to be a mix of everything. Because you've got to, as Sasha said, you've got to think how am I going to do this, and how do I, like, I think that's what you said earlier, like, you've got to think of A to B. So I think, how would I look at this from a creator's perspective? How do I look at this if I was just watching a YouTube video? Because of course, you know, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, so I know the form of what videos I enjoy. So I'm a big Sidemen fan. I like their video format. You know, I know the form of what I want to see as a viewer, and I know what's popular. So again, I know what is popular right now. So of course you take that into account. But I'm not going to copy what is popular. I'm going to try and bring my own flavor to it. So, and that's where the
whole
creative
originality argument.
exactly. So that's where my creative, looking at it from a creative aspect, comes into it. So it really is just a mixture of all 3, or how many things I take into account for, you know, attention span, how long am I going to make this video, because that's one thing I was very concerned about. I was cutting in video and I was like, this is taking a while, this seems like a long video, but then I got to the end, it's like, oh, it's only half an hour, okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
It's wild, isn't it? It's so
It's
wild.
mad, because you're going through so much footage, it's just like, cut, this is taking forever.
So much footage.
Literally.
Oh, all this raw footage. Oh.
it's
raw footage.
It's raw, fucking raw.
Oh, Lord.
Oh god.
Okay, so going around the room then. So Spike, when you look at something, when either you're looking at game to create and stuff like that, then where do your ideas for that come from? I know we talked in like the first one about story elements and things like that, but in actual like gameplay mechanics and things that are you know, enticing, where is that building off of what I just asked this, and is that coming from a creator, or is that coming from a am I going to enjoy this when I play with it, kind of thing?
Kind of both. It really depends on what you want from your game. At the moment, I'm working on 2 games. One of them is like a boss rush game, so Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay.
Oh
We're
man,
doing much faster paced, much more stylized. It's gonna be.
Is it like Dark Souls?
No, it's not like Dark Souls. It's a shooter.
Oh, nice.
nice.
Ooh.
FPS or TPS or isometric?
Third person
Okay.
shooter.
Okay.
But with puzzle elements, and then you've got abilities that you can use. It's good. Big up Shikari 100. The other game, the other game I'm using or doing is purely myself. That game has a goal to teach music or teach piano.
oh yeah, you've spoken about this before.
I am demoing this game on the channel as soon as Spike provides it to me.
So I've got this, and this is the game controller.
Nice.
So you move with that would represent WSD using those keys there, and then at the moment I've got it so that when you play a C major, it shoots a fireball.
Sick.
So the creative process for that, I guess, was like I had an idea of like I want to make a music game and I want to use experimental controls to play it, and then that evolved into education. It's kind of the natural evolution I felt, and it was originally going to be an endless runner, but then my tutor was like, "That's just a fucking cop out." It's like, you're right. So I'm making it a dungeon crawler. So it still appeals to popular markets. So it appeals to that kind of Moonlighter, Hades style audio, but also has the goal of music education, making music a lot more accessible to people. That's my goal. So that's my creative process, which I guess was partly around what I wanted from it, and also what's popular.
And also what's popular. Okay, so as in looking at Hades and that kind of thing, or
looking at Hades and looking at popular games within that genre. So I know Hades isn't a dungeon crawler, but it has elements from it. So yeah.
Hey, that does sound like a very unique kind of game though.
I'm very gassed for that. That sounds sick.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to develop it. That'd be cool.
And then Sash, with the like, look, the podcast format and all that stuff, that was very much based on. It's very similar to Isan, in the sense that it comes from looking at a model that's already kind of already there, and trying to do your own thing with it. But with your, because it's very hard to balance originality and your own personal kind of wants or hopes for whatever it is you create. But then when you're doing something on a platform like TikTok, where it's algorithm heavy, you're looking at unfortunately there are so many trends, and if you're not doing the Bust It challenge, then who really cares? How do you stay motivated to kind of keep creating content in that sense, and if there isn't as much of a demand for something? I know you spoke about logistics earlier, but how do you kind of work your way through all of that stuff and get to point B? I'm trying to coax this out of you so I can basically copy all your ideas. All right, just give it to me.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, okay. How do I put this? This is a complicated answer to a complicated question. So, in terms of staying creative and still motivated to create, yes, there are many days I don't feel like doing it, but ultimately, anything I do that isn't the podcast or producing you guys' music or anyone else's music is probably a stupid idea I had at 2 o'clock in the morning and thought would be funny or cool. And the reason I went with them, with kind of less interest in, I guess you could say, the point A, point B ideology, is that that point A, point B ideology is already being satisfied by the podcast and the fact that we're doing music. Because first and foremost, I am a producer. If someone was to hit me up tomorrow and say, "Hey man, can you make me a beat for like however so much money?" I'd be like, "Yeah, okay." Do you know what I mean? Like that's actually what I do. So when it comes down to making, I don't know, the beat breakdowns or the TikToks, yeah, the views are not banging. Like I was pretty gassed on 300 views for the Scissors beat. Like that's pretty sick. I didn't even expect it. I didn't expect that. There are people out there getting like thousands and millions. But I don't
Hey man,
care.
when you showed me the Anchor results for the last couple of episodes, that blew my fucking mind. That's not amazing, but it's
Do you know what I mean? But that sudden jump in itself, like, that shows that the algorithm is working for us somewhat. Do you know what I mean? Like, our content must be somewhat decent if the algorithm's picking it up at all. Because we went from 4 views in episode. Was it 2, 3?
I think it was like 4 for the first one, 2 for the second, then like none for the third one on Anchor. Just Anchor, like just on that one platform, and it jumped to what 132, 134.
Wait, this is for the podcast, right?
Yeah.
That's mad. Because I mean, I remember on YouTube we saw, what was it, 50? No, that's subscribers. Yeah, like 52 subscribers on the YouTube channel, right?
Like 52 subs.
We get about consistently around about 50 views.
Yeah, and 50 views on every episode. That's mad.
Yeah, shout out to the US listeners.
Hey, hey.
77%.
Just a couple of British boys talking some smack.
Just a couple of British lads.
Just British lads.
Oh, God.
Eating crumpets and drinking tea.
I'm not gonna lie to you though, I did have a crumpet today.
Wow.
You know, you can't beat a good crumpet. Come on. Crumpets are staples.
No, stop it. Let me clip.
Italian flair on there.
Oh,
Mediterranean
nice.
flair on
Nice.
there, yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, cheese on a crumpet.
Oh.
Cheese on a
Bit
crumpet.
of cheese.
Ooh.
No,
Okay, fair.
Listen, yeah.
Taking it to.
Listen, yeah. To the American viewers, we're not all the same. I'm nothing like you scrubs. Yeah? Coffee. First, coffee over tea any day.
Coffee.
Second
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah. I don't even drink tea.
No,
I don't
I'm
drink
just
tea
not, am
anymore.
I? But
No.
I'm just not. Second thing, scones over crumpets.
See,
out.
you're
I
a
agree
mad
with
one.
that, but it's
Scone. You're
say scones.
you're on a
we're not
madness.
doing this.
A
We're
scone.
not doing this. We're gonna be here for
Scone.
hours.
It is a British
Scone.
okay?
It is a scone, dear sir. Oh no. Your elocution lessons aren't.
What am I even doing anymore?
Oh.
Top quality content. Anyway.
Although hot cross buns though. I'm joking.
I have fun.
They say they slap.
Toasted and
toast.
buttered.
Oh,
You guys like you know how I said Easter was the superior holiday? It
mad.
is. But you know, like I they started bringing out Easter eggs.
Oh,
And,
God,
my
yeah.
sister told me the other day she saw a white chocolate Oreo, like Cadbury's Oreo egg,
Ooh.
bro. Might have to just
That's going in my
walk out,
basket.
you know what I
Well, that's going in my basket.
expected item in the bag.
Area. Oh god, remember them days, man? Just trying to sneak something into the trolley, just walking by. Nobody saw that go in. Straight in. Can't do that now. Amazon, it pings every time you put something in the trolley.
Put something in, yeah.
Oh god.
Back to your answer. We only got halfway through, Sash, about motivation. What
Oh,
was
was
your
I just-
answer? Carry on.
Was
Yeah,
it- was
yeah,
it-
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, look, man, I live for this show. Like, it's really as simple as that. Like, I've been doing music since I was 4. Like, I didn't realize the potential for not only success but self-fulfillment for a while. And as soon as I did, I was like, why would I do anything else? Like, I don't know. Like,
Okay, so using that as a springboard. Mentioned it many times on the channel that I follow Jacksepticeye quite a lot. I think his content is great. His playthroughs I think are some of the best on YouTube.
For sure.
But there's no denying that he has definitely changed his on-screen persona away from what made him popular in the first place. From the flat cap and the very, do the green hair and all that jazz, and he gets a lot of shit for it. More recently, like, because he doesn't do the old intro and all that stuff, and he's talked about.
Wait, does he
all that
not?
has to take. Huh?
See, I haven't watched Jacksepticeye in so long. I used to watch Jacksepticeye like religiously back in the day.
I started watching him 2018. He did the Spider-Man 2018 playthrough.
Oh, was that the first time you watched him?
First time I jumped in.
Right, fair.
I wasn't big. I used my phone exclusively for listening to music. That was it. I'd come home, I'd watch TV, I'd play the piano, all that shit. But the sixth form I was at did this thing where you could get an iPad because it was supposed to help you. Anyway, YouTube was just the thing that I did. If it wasn't Marvel Theories, it was I don't know. Or it ended up being Jacksepticeye anyway. Long story short. So I watched him phase that intro out. But more recently, especially he did like a wrap up of 2020, and he said, look, it was a shit year, but I had to take a lot of mental health breaks because like people were giving me shit for well, he had health problems, and COVID being an issue anyway, but like people were saying, bring the green hair back, put the flat cap on, and all that stuff, give us the memes that we're looking for. So from a creative point, as a creator point of view, I know we're just talking about the motivation side of things, Sash, but like, do you ever get demotivated when certain things come your way? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not comparing us to Jacksepticeye's level of
course,
trajectory in and by any means, but from personal experience or from people that you've seen, how do you feel about that, about having to change yourself personally and the mental strain?
Yeah.
Was that a long enough question? I feel like I should probably make the question a bit longer, just in case.
You can keep going. You can lengthen.
I'm kidding.
God.
I'm taking a piss. Like just ramble.
It's good stuff. I'm glad that you explained the question very thoroughly, because now I can try to answer it very thoroughly too. Lacking motivation. It's hard, man. Like, this creative industry is incredibly difficult for anyone, because you're giving yourself. You're essentially giving yourself, and if you're not, people know, or they can sense it. When you're not doing you, people are like, wait, that's not you. Wait, that's more you. Do more of that. But what we have to remember is, oh my god, am I going to make a Persona 5 reference?
Oh lord.
Guys, I've been playing so much of this game, so essentially the story of the game is that, okay, we now have these powers, we're now going to do loads of good stuff in the world, because adults aren't doing good stuff, so now we as younger people have to go and fix the corrupt adults and all of that cute shit, right? But it gets to a point where they take down someone too big, and their forum page blows up. It's like everyone's like, oh my god, you need to take down this person, you need to take down this person, you need to ruin this person, this person's after you now, this police detective is investigating into you guys, like, stay sharp. Like,
so like One Punch Man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
He was just this guy who thought, hey, let me get strong one day. And then suddenly word got out, and then everyone was like, oh yeah, let's go.
Though. I just got it. So
I know. I'm holding on. It's hard, trust me.
Also, Luke, be proud of me. I'm on episode 5 of The Mandalorian.
Oh god.
Fuck yeah. It's good shit.
It's good shit.
Good shit.
Episode 5 bags. Continue.
I've just lost all of my credibility, Asan.
Wow.
See what you've done here.
Joe, you couldn't rectify that, Sash. You could just watch the fucking show.
I could do that. I really could do that. Could.
Them being the main word. Could.
Should.
Will.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, okay?
Carry on.
Carry on.
I forgot where I was now.
Persona 5.
Persona.
Oh yeah. The pressure. And the pressure from external sources as well. When you're doing something on your own, okay, dare I jump to another example already? Everyone knows about XXX Tentacion, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Do you know about Shiloh Dynasty?
Yeah.
The person that made the tracks that he sampled on 17.
Right. Okay.
So she was dropping videos, like short 5-10 second videos on Instagram of these songs. It was just her voice and guitar, but it was incredible. It was incredible. It made the album. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As soon as it got traction, she just disappeared.
Yeah.
She just disappeared. anyone else, I think, or at least a lot of other people in the world would have, jumped on the opportunity. Oh my god, this big rapper is making the most of my music. But why would you do that? Did they know? Did they understand what might happen? Is that fear in all of us? You know, maybe it was unexpected. Maybe tomorrow,
Some people just don't want it, do they?
Some people just don't want it. Facts. Some people just don't want it, but this is the internet and it does what
I
it
feel
wants.
like a lot of people forget that. Like a lot of people don't want the fame; they just want to put themselves out there. Like fame and all its trappings. I understand. I get why some people might say, you know, you're sounding ungrateful for getting a lot of cash, a lot of privilege, and you know, power. But I also, like, again, he got shit for it. But Chris Martin's reaction to like the paparazzi trying to take pictures of his kid and like being very invasive and stuff like that, I get that shit.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, even I saw literally. It was so interesting.
Regardless if it was for his kids, like I can't imagine. Like I was watching a bit of The Crown and like a Princess Diana documentary.
Oh god,
it's deep.
Oh god.
Because you have to wonder, would the level of stress put on her life, and now her kids, especially Harry and Meghan, like all that kind of external pressure and stuff like that would make you want to do it.
That's why he left. That's why he left. I'm sorry.
That's why he
ghosted.
outie.
Because you will not. I will not allow you. I saw it immediately. I will not allow you to do the exact same thing you did to my mum, to the woman I love.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck off. It's mad because I was gonna say a parallel to what you were saying about the Chris Martin. Like, I saw a video. It was of Messi, the footballer, and there's a video of these kids run up to his car while he stopped at a traffic light. Of course, he's in his range, you know, he's there on his way to practice, but they run up and they just press their phone screens to the window and just start recording him. And he's like, okay, hey, hi, nice to see you. But then they just sit there, they just stand there for a good like another minute or 2 minutes, and you can see the like
uncomfortable, isn't it?
Oh my god, what is the uncomfortable? And it's just like, you don't want to seem ungrateful, but then the complete...
You got to let me live my life, man.
Yeah.
You got to let me do my...
Exactly.
Bro, do you know what? I get in this day and age, where we have, dare I say, greater access to the knowledge of what happened in people's lives when we're not there. It is the most ridiculous thing, to hear people call certain celebrities or certain influencers or certain people who do stuff ungrateful, because
when they want to exercise their basic right to privacy.
Do you know what I mean? Because we know as soon as they do something wrong, we're going to be in the comments.
Exactly.
We know that. We know that because we do it. We know. We understand. So why are we pretending like it's not the case? It's right in front of us. This stresses people out. If it happened to any of us, smaller scale, right? I say something stupid on my Instagram while I was at Brit School, and I come in the next day, I'm getting fucking suspended, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that's mental weight. That is mental weight. Even if it was my fault, that's still mental weight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly. Like, I have to deal with that. Like, they have to deal with that, but with a mob of people that they don't know.
Yeah.
A crowd of blank faces.
Yeah.
What happened in the end with Shayla then? With that whole thing?
What?
We're talking about XXX possession. Were you saying?
Oh, Shayla, yeah.
She just did.
I don't even know. I don't think she came back.
Yeah.
Wow.
There are little clips of the demos on loop, but it's you know them ones when you won't release your music, so other people cut your little clips and loop them over and over.
Yeah, the hour remix.
That level of immortality.
Yeah.
That level of immortality. Yeah, it's a bit, but you know.
See, it's funny because it's interesting because for this whole thing, and you were talking about, you know, Jacksepticeye and him phasing out the intro because it was interesting. For me, I started watching Jacksepticeye. You know the game Speed is Key.
Happy
Happy
Wheels.
I was a
God.
big fan through all that phase. Like
Yeah.
I watched Subnautica, all of that, and then when he started to get to Spider-Man, that's when I started to phase out. So I didn't really know that's what was going on with him. But it's interesting because of what it brought to mind. I feel that nowadays in the creation of content, because what you said was you can tell when people are being fake, and I feel that's very much that duality to creating content. You can either go down the road of this is completely me, and this is me, like completely me, or you can create a persona and that is what the public
Yeah.
see. And it's
Second option is much safer.
mm,
It wasn't me.
it's very true. I mean, and
Oh, wait,
all of
oh,
that
wait,
is
wait,
coming.
wait,
There's a lot of the people doxing and all that, but it's mad because there's that expectation of you to keep doing what you're doing, which is interesting. Because with Jacksepticeye, it got a lot of backlash of I'm just taking some time out for me. Oh, because the shades, Jesus Christ!
It wasn't me.
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 Yeah, no, he got like all that backlash for just taking some time out for himself.
Yeah.
And now he's phasing out. You know what? Maybe he thought that whole intro wasn't really him. And now
That's the thing, man. Like,
he
I feel like, especially with something like TikTok, you're expected to put out the same kind of
10
content
exactly.
consistently
Like
to stay relevant.
none of what you
know
see
what I
on TikTok is real people in their real lives. I'm sorry, no, it isn't.
No,
No.
and that's the thing. Like, it's I can make the distinction between Jacksepticeye and Sean, the real person.
Yeah,
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 You know what I mean?
for
Like,
sure.
I would probably I can imagine walking up to him on the street and being like, "How you doing, man?"
Mm,
And he'd have it feels like he's the kind of guy that if he met one of his fans, he'd have that kind of in between level of energy where he wants to be a real person, but he also has to live up to the character. kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I cannot see that with a TikToker.
no,
No.
I'm sure it'd be
I don't get it.
such a stark
it
difference.
feels entirely like there's being a caricature of yourself
Mm,
and kind of creating a separate character. There's the bloodlines between yourself, and then there's such a disconnect between I want to be famous, I want to make something that's going to make me famous.
See, that's the thing about TikTok. I feel that it's such vanity on TikTok.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean,
Look, dude, look at most of the challenges. Look at most of
literally,
the challenges on there.
literally.
You know what I mean?
like
Bust down,
somebody.
Tatiana.
God. But the bus
Just
it
a
challenge.
quick interjection. Sorry.
Go on.
Yes.
Shiloh Dynasty's just released a
What? No.
She just released what?
yeah.
No!
because
Oh my god! I've just ruined the whole screen. Shit.
And there was a I've got some of the stuff saved in my playlist.
What's it called?
Why am I crying?
Mad.
Shiloh.
Oh, mad. That's a bit mad.
That hurts.
The
When did it
first
come out, Spike?
is what was it? It's like January 15th this year.
Oh,
Mad.
Literally.
That's fresh. That's
That is
fresh.
very fresh.
That's mad. Yo.
More coincidence.
Mm.
That makes me so happy.
I'll give it a
I've-
listen.
I don't think I've ever wanted to hear more of an artist so much.
Mm.
Yeah,
Because-
they're talented. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Hmm?
Talent. Where does that come into play?
Oh,
in,
God.
content creation?
Absolutely fuck all.
Yeah. There's.
No
I'm not
facts.
even trying to
Big
like
facts.
just
Doesn't
not
matter.
even trying to come after people or whatever, but content creation has become so easy nowadays. I mean, main example, we've been talking about this whole episode, TikTok. People can literally download an app on their phone and become famous in a week.
Yeah.
It's become so you don't have to grind anymore.
Yeah, and then you got like sick guitarists out there who are barely making.
The
enough of
fucking
it.
do.
Like,
The do.
the dude
The
is so
do is so
sick.
sick. Yeah, how many? I mean, I'm sure he's got over it. He's got over a mil by now. But still, that took a while.
But do you watch Samurai Guitarist?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I've watched a couple of videos, but not.
So much more than he has.
Mm.
So do.
Exactly. It's mad. I mean, TikTok again. There was somebody who said literally, there's somebody was talking about and literally TikTok. You just follow people you're attracted to, and I find myself doing that as well. I was just
I
like,
think so.
okay, this chick's hot. Okay,
It's,
cool.
it's
follow.
similar to Instagram in that sense.
Exactly. Except it's just dances and videos of you lip syncing to stuff. But that's what it's turned into. Of this person's attractive. Okay, I guess I'll follow them. Cool.
Hey man, I fell into the trap.
Mm.
Bella Poarch. Man,
Oh God,
you
stop
kidding me?
it.
Thank you as fuck. Her content.
But that's the thing. I've really started enjoying streams on Twitch.
Like Twitch streams.
Twitch streams. Because I feel like it's so much harder to keep up a persona for 4 hours. That's why you
Yeah.
never get.
See,
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes the ones that don't, it's weird. Some of them like don't have there doesn't seem to be any kind of disconnect between persona.
No,
And I feel like that. I'm hoping that's a genuine thing.
Mm.
Otherwise, damn son, you are a great actor.
You are good.
Like,
You are good.
I watch a lot. I watch a lot of Tyler One.
Mm.
Like
Right.
Tyler, you would have seen the memes.
Yeah.
This guy, he gives off the energy that's exactly how he is.
He's so wedged, but he's
so
wedged.
But like, that's why I enjoy them, because it's so much harder
Mm.
to come across fake,
Mm.
and that's why you don't see like the Paul brothers streaming.
Oh
Everyone
God.
is just a persona.
Oh God.
And it can't be funny for 4 hours.
Mm.
Walmart.
Oh God.
Why does that content become? Why is there such a demand for that?
It's
Like,
mad.
not for the anti-Twitch, you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
for people that just, I don't get it. Like, I much prefer. This might sound weird. I much prefer Jack to PewDiePie, because for me,
Say psych right now.
I'm with Luke. I'm with Luke.
Yeah.
I'd much prefer like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier over PewDiePie.
Yeah,
I had a Markiplier face.
I can't
feel
do
like-
Markiplier.
I had a Markiplier face as well.
Markiplier.
I'm not.
He's so wholesome.
He really is wholesome.
Oh my god.
More recently, I feel like, but some of it, like the FNAF stuff,
Darkiplier.
Darkiplier.
Yeah.
If we're
like
gonna
some of that comes across as too detached, and I just don't fuck with it. I don't know, man. But regardless of my personal opinion, that shit gets a lot of traction.
Yes,
It does.
But I think if we're going to talk about like content and the demand for it, Unisarnus is a really interesting example. Did you guys ever watch it?
That sounds familiar.
Oh yeah.
Unisarnus.
Markiplier and Ethan made a channel last year, and it only lasted a year
A year.
Wow.
because they wanted it to. So they
Ah.
uploaded every single day for a year, and at the end of it, deleted the channel.
Oh.
Mad.
Deleted the channel videos that went with it, and they asked people to. You can clip it for memes and whatever. That's fine, but don't re-upload videos because this experience is meant to be experienced there and then, and be a memory. Because the whole point of the channel is that everything dies. But it's interesting because they've kind of got a lot of shit for it being like, why'd you delete it? It's entertaining.
That was
do
the
more.
whole point of
It's
that was
just
the
like,
whole point
that's
of
not
it.
the point.
That was the whole point
You
of
got
it.
you got 365 videos. Well, through that lifespan. Like, is that not enough?
Is that not
You know what
enough?
I mean?
Exactly.
And they did it all through the pandemic as well. They did stuff
Oh, of course they did. Yeah.
online. But it's just, yeah.
That's the thing.
It's a,
I think it's the demand for content goes hand in hand with the persona, because it's very easy to bring a persona in every day more than it is to bring in your real self. Because from an actor's perspective, studying acting, there's that barrier. There really is. It's very. I mean, I've had an acting class where I've like fucking broken down crying because the guy look into yourself and act. Don't put up a thing. And I was like, fuck, I can't do that. I can't connect with that. Like, I can't connect with this person acting across from me because that's just fucking too much for me. So bringing that of yourself every day is fucking difficult. It's tough. It's tough. And the thing with Jake Paul, the Paul brothers, you know, it's when you have that persona, it's you can do that 365 days a year, you know, and that demand for content, and that's why I think it's so popular. Like for me, I'm a massive fan of Jimmy Broadbent. He's a sim racing, he's a sim racer on YouTube, but he's very open about his mental health. He's very open about it, and you know, if he's not feeling it, he's not feeling it. You know, I'm not feeling it today. I can't bring out content, and you know what? Fair enough. Yeah. The community is supportive. We all understand, and it's very much a wholesome place. If we go to this place to feel connected, but that's difficult to do, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a reason why it's so popular. This whole quick content thing is
Well, because it's easy to churn out.
It's easy to churn out, and also, I think it.
Easy to consume.
Go on, sorry, Spike. You've been trying to talk for the whole time. What you say?
No, I was just gonna chime in there saying it's easy to consume as well.
Yeah, definitely,
Facts.
definitely.
Like, it's easy to sit down and watch I don't know, a 5-minute video of where lots of things are happening. You can take all that information in and just move on, rather than sit down and watch.
Funny man laugh.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
video, funny man laugh. Yeah.
Also, I feel it not strokes people's ego, but it caters to people's vanity as well.
I think I was going to say something similar. I feel like it's. I don't know. I try and back away from that stuff, not because it's not enjoyable. I get the appeal of it, but because it just because of that inauthenticity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the more of that stuff that comes out,
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get to is that the demand for it seems to be ever growing because of the stupid amount of supply for it. I don't think that kind of content would be. It's a trend. Like I don't think it would be anywhere near as popular if it wasn't as people didn't jump on the bandwagon with it. I feel like if people were having genuine, candid chats, I feel like that might be. If everyone was doing it, I think it would be a lot more popular. If there's a lot more supply of that, a lot more demand for it. But do you think that like there's been a paradigm shift in society where that makes it more enjoyable, where the quick content because like, most videos are like 10 minutes long now because it maximizes the amount of ads you can get, and it's people's attention spans and all that stuff. Do you think that's being trained out of people?
I think
because of this type of content.
it goes hand in hand with the rise in technology and social media, because more and more people's lives are now technology. My phone, my Instagram feed. This is essentially part of my life now. So to consume content is so easy. It's just what we do now. So that's, I think.
But it's.
No, go.
I was just gonna say, the good thing about I say good thing. Another thing with like TikTok and Instagram and short videos is that you can watch it on your way to school. You can watch it in your break time. You can watch it on your way to work. Whereas before it was kind of much more okay. Go to work, come home, sit down, watch TV, have dinner, watch TV. You would sit there for a while if that's what you wanted to do. But now you can do multiple things at once and still consume the media because it is so short and easy to access, I guess.
See, it's interesting you say that, because I think years ago, before, consumerism was just kept to TV. Now, YouTube is like watching TV.
There's so many platforms.
And there's so many platforms, and all the ads now, you can't skip ads. It's literally, I feel like when I'm watching YouTube, I feel like I'm watching TV. It's mad.
So I was talking like streaming services and stuff like that. We were watching Finding Alice, I think, ITV, right? Right. I cannot believe ITV's streaming service.
Yeah. Oh,
Has
oh,
ads.
How?
You're kidding.
How do you even do that?
Has
It
ads.
literally gets to a point and it
Ads.
doesn't let you.
Let you.
You
Fam,
can't-
remember that you had to
can't
hack it.
press
You had
pause
to
and
skip
play it.
across to play
You have to
every
wait.
ad.
Amazon does their little thing. They'll like, hey,
Fam.
look at this 2-second intro. Oh, you want to skip it? Oh, skip it. That's cool. No,
What was it? Was it?
This
Is
is
it
a full
4OD?
on
4OD?
commercial break.
ITV? Was it? Is
Or
there?
is
Is,
Fam. Oh.
is it a paid for service or is it a free one?
No, ITV. It shouldn't be.
The street.
what I'm trying to get at, like, it's the same thing with YouTube. Like, the fact that they're unskippable
Yeah.
really gets on my nerves.
Yes.
And maybe that's kind of counterintuitive to what I've been saying about I don't like short content. I just want to listen to a thing, attention span, and all that shit. But it's such a break in focus.
Yeah.
It's such a slap in the face. Sounds slightly privileged, but like I don't want to hear YouTube try and sell YouTube Premium to me for an unskippable amount of time.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, right, and also the thing about the quick content and everything, why it's so popular, because YouTube, they have a, what's it on the market? They have a complete paradigm. You know, when they have a, what's the word? Just control over the market. So I don't give a shit if you don't want to watch it. You're gonna watch it, because where else are you gonna go? It's mad.
Where are you gonna go, Linear?
Where are you gonna go? Oh god.
What's these?
Daily Motion.
Daily Motion. Where are you gonna go? That's the thing. It's so mad. It's so mad. It's so mad. Fam.
I think one thing that really pissed me off earlier, talking about ads, was, you know, on Snapchat you get like news articles and magazines or whatever. They do. Like,
Oh, Snapchat.
Oh
ads are
my
so
god!
shit
I was
as
trying
well.
to watch this stupid fucking video about a horse getting his toenails clipped. I don't know fucking why I was watching it. I was
It's the
taking a
rabbit
shit
hole.
on
No
it,
one
mate.
judges. No one judges the rabbit hole, bro.
So, like,
No one judges the
after
rabbit hole.
Every 3 taps or every like 10 seconds,
There's
there was
ads.
unskippable
Ads.
ad.
So annoying.
Yeah.
And it's just like 5 seconds of waste of my time. It's just like ad. It's just like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
When
This
if
is
you-
meant to be quick consume media.
Exactly. All it makes me want to do is not watch the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just do
Exactly.
something else.
They just found a way to do what they were
Keep
doing
your
on TV in online content. It's mad because I mean, what was it? I don't know if there's a statistic, but I think it was US. This is US TV, but because I think it was to do with children being shown adverts or something, and it's like on TV, a child sees an advert every 5 minutes or something like that. Like it was some mad, like every time something advertised it there. And it's just mad. I think that's also a reason why this quick content is so popular, because it's aimed a lot at a younger audience. I mean, the Paul brothers, their main audience base is like 12 years old. Like so, and the attention span, of course, isn't.
Their content, man.
It's
the actual contents of their
10.
content. For 12
It's mad. It's mad. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts.
Do you know what? That shit was good when YouTube beef was good.
Yeah, that was the only time.
But only-
You know what? No, it wasn't even good then. It was still just toxic trash. It was still just toxic.
It was toxic trash, but it was beef. It
Yeah.
was
It's more
intense.
entertaining to watch.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was more entertaining to watch
Fair enough.
because it's like, oh my god, these two people from like two different sides of the world, or at least across the road, they're all in LA, aren't they? They just want to like have it out all of a sudden, suddenly boxing fights and shit. But as soon as you take away the beef and the clashes and stuff, you're just left with these really bland individuals.
Yeah.
You know.
Big up Jack Wilson on the cam.
Oh god.
Big up Jack Wilkinson on
Oh
the cam.
god.
Oh my- BG Media.
BG Media.
BG Media. BG Media.
Well, lads, to
Oh,
wrap this one
shit.
up in a positive way and all that jazz. Let's talk good content. What we've seen recently that's actually been pretty decent from content creators that you actually had to look at and say, well, that was well executed.
What was it?
Okay, so earlier on, I was going through. There's this YouTuber called Swag Cargo.
Wait.
He basically, yeah.
Wait, is this
he
the guy with
basically
the
goes through-
Gucci flip flop guy?
I think so.
Oh, he's like, hey,
think it
bruh. Like, Oh,
I'm not sure, probably.
maybe.
But he does videos on Anime Lore.
Oh, okay,
and
probably
he
not.
was going
So,
through.
I'm not saying
He
that.
was going through the different Kekkei Genkai,
Mad.
which is basically the different eye powers in Naruto, which is something you don't actually pay attention to the amount of detail that's in it until you actually step back and think, oh shit. Like, let me nerd out for a second here. So obviously you've got the Sharingan, but you've also got the Rinnegan, which is kind of an upgrade, but it's kind of not. It's based around the six paths.
The six paths, the
I think it's
six path sage.
based around Buddhism.
Yeah.
Yeah, where every path actually accurately represents one of the powers that he has with it.
Mad.
Like, they've proper gone into the details of the history and stuff and actually, like,
Broken it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
yeah, like it's all legit shit. Like, aside from the fact that this guy explained it, like Naruto doing that anyway is pretty cool. But yeah, for someone to break it down in a video, like, I could watch that for hours and not do anything else.
See, again, a good content I've watched. Again, I bring up his name, Jimmy Broadbent. I've been a little bit of a fanboy for a while now. He does a lot of live streams as well, but it's just very. I think for me, Jimmy Broadbent is just very authentic, and authentic. That's the thing. That's what gets me. Authentic content gets me now. I think also because I've gotten older. Don't give me that quick, 10-minute trash. Authentic content. You put time into this. You're doing what you enjoy. I want to see that. I think Jack Frags, he does a lot of Battlefield 5 and Warzone, and he does a lot of group play stuff like that. I enjoy his content quite a lot. I like Jack Frags. Jack Frags is pretty cool. But yeah, I think just authentic stuff nowadays. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff.
Oh, what a dirty word.
Dude.
Oh,
I've actually been watching a lot of Jacksepticeye, to be honest.
Hey.
Watching his streams and stream highlights.
Fair.
I really like the way, like you said, he seems very authentic now.
Yeah.
The way he interacts
much
with.
more relaxed, but he knows when to kind of chime in with a well-timed joke or when to talk about. One of my favorite things he does, right, and why I've started to appreciate it on games, is talk about lighting.
Yeah.
Little things like that.
Yeah.
Little things about he has an actual genuine appreciation for how games are made, and that's it's gorgeous.
But I
But
love the
carry
way he's been playing with Saikuno, Corpse, the OTV lot.
Yeah.
Like having that Rust server and playing Among Us with them. I just love the way he interacts with them. It's kind of heartwarming and wholesome, but at the same time really entertaining and funny. And he also does longer form videos as well. It's not like cut. It's just, but it's still quick enough that I can work and enjoy it.
Have you seen his funniest time videos series or or meme time?
Meme time,
Yeah. Like that's supposed to should be 10 minutes long. That should be quick consumer content.
Yeah.
But it's like half an hour long, consistently good, funny shit.
And his streams, as I was saying earlier, his streams are just so good. They're just so nice to just sit and watch. And they're 4 hours long. It's just entertaining.
Even if it does become background noise at some point. Like it's good shit.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, I have consistently stayed up till 3 watching Critical Role. I'm so far down that it's not even a rabbit hole, it's just an abyss at this point. I'm just so gross.
It's just nothingness.
They're happy you're just YouTube, isn't it? Because I've tried to listen to the podcast
And Twitch.
and Twitch. Oh, they Twitch it.
That's where they stream the episodes live.
Right, but then they put it on YouTube.
I'm nowhere near up to date.
Yeah, I might start watching it on YouTube, to be honest. Because I tried listening.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
Matt Mercer, the DM. His ability to tell stories, his ability to create actual characters, actual NPCs. It's so it's fucking inspiring. He's so good. The whole cast they're so good at their jobs. But I know when I'm totally engrossed in something when I start looking on Redbubble for any of their merch.
Fair.
I need
Support
to delete that app. I spend
Support the creator.
Yeah.
Buy from their official store.
Buy from their official store. and I probably should.
No. So-
Well, okay. I think that one's going to wrap this one up.
Cool.
Thank you guys for listening to this. Thank you for facilitating conversation like this. Don't forget to be kind to yourselves, to be kind to one another, and until we see you again, WH.